Okay, so today we're going to build an Instagram meme page using make.com and using existing media that's on Instagram and ChatGPT to create a caption. And obviously we're going to credit the original posters, but basically we're going to create a huge volume of, well, potentially a huge volume of posts here. Okay, so the way it works is I'll just give a bit of an overview to start with. Basically, you start the automation. Has 3 branches. You could have as many branches as you want, and that's where you'll see the beauty of how much volume of posts you can actually post. You get from this particular example, I've used Australian tradespeople for a meme page, which I've created here. You can see it's called Accountants for Tradies. It's an old brand I've used in the past. It actually works well. It actually doesn't do a great deal. You can see there's only 3 posts, which I've actually tested earlier today. But that's how that works. Basically, so what we're going to do is create a great deal of content from other people's media and create a caption and then post it as a photo post to Instagram. Now, why is this? Let me just see. I'll get my video back. No, it doesn't look like I can. Oh, well, bad luck. Okay, so we start from the start. This is where the automation starts. Obviously, there's nothing actually happening in that step. We have what's called a router. This pushes out the workflow into these 3 different branches. We have in each of these we have a branch that actually reads information from Instagram. Let's have a look at one of these. I've got a connection which is easy enough to set up if you actually just press add when you come to actually do this. You'll be able to log into your Instagram or Facebook account through that and authorize make to actually create posts. You choose a post. You choose a page, which in my case is this meme page I showed you just a moment ago, the Accountants for Tradies. Now, this here is important. This is a username of another user account. I've picked up one called Tradies Australia. Basically, it's a kind of a homage to Australian tradies. Has a bunch of photos of people doing plumbing and construction and all that sort of thing. And here I've just limited it to taking the 1 post. But I mean, you could put, well, gee, I don't know if the limit here is probably 10 or 20, but you could have a huge number of posts. And of course, this can sit on a cycle. It can be run as often as you want. Really, it just depends how many tokens you actually want to spend. In my case, I've just limited it to 1 just to make it simple. Now, we want to create a caption for the Instagram post. So we'll have a look here. Okay, so I've used today, actually, no, I think it was yesterday, they released a new GPT model, GPT-4o Mini. Using that, just for the hell of it. Create a chat completion is the important one to choose. Let's choose that. We want this particular model. There's a number of different models. Depending on your price point, you can choose whichever one you want or the amount of accuracy you want. Given it the role assistance, I haven't really found a great deal of difference in the different roles, so I'm really not sure what that tab's about. But basically, this prompt is where it's important. I've kept this pretty simple. We'll remove that. Okay, so you're an accountant who specifically services Australian tradies to assist with their taxes and cash flow. Tradies are tradespeople. If people in other countries, in Australia, they're known as tradies. You think your plumbers, electricians, builders, all that sort of thing. Write a short statement about being a tradesperson in Australia and follow it up with a question about their taxes or cash flow. Okay, so basically we're pretending we're advertising for accountants that want tradies. That's kind of the point of this particular Instagram page. Excuse me. Okay, and so after we've done the ChatGPT caption, we actually go to create a post. So we're posting to the same page. Media URL. Now this is important. Basically, this one is the URL of the post that we've looked up in the previous Instagram step. So that's the URL of it. It's best to use one off Instagram. You can use other sources. And if you want to have original posts, obviously you'll need other sources. But read here, it's actually important. Instagram's a bit finicky about where it takes images from, but have a read of the actual information when you come to actually do it. It looks like you can't use Google Drive or Dropbox for it. Okay, so here we go. Now the caption. Now we've created one previously in ChatGPT, so this is where we reference that. scroll. I'll just make this a bit more obvious. Message. Here's the content here. It reads as a tradesperson in Australia, blah, blah, blah. That's a previous one I've run. Now it's important you credit the actual, where you're getting the credit from. So we've got photo credit, at, and then the username. With the username here is Tradies Australia, down the bottom here. At will make it taggable. And I'll put in a bunch of little hashtags just for the sake of the exercise. Okay, so that's how that works. Now, basically, we've got one that's I've run across the top there. These other ones are the same, except that I have used a different source page for the image, which in this case is tradiejobs.com.au. In this case is electrician.hub. So before we run it, if we have a look at what we have at the moment, got the 3 posts here. We'll see what happens when we run this. Move myself out of the way. Run that. Just let it run. It's not normally pretty quick. And basically what will happen is we'll have 3 new posts with images from the 3 different sites and a caption of our own creation, well, of ChatGPT's creation, I should say. Let's just wait for him to finish. On to go. Okay, so it's just about to finish. Or is it? Yep, that's finished. Okay, so if we go back to our Instagram page and we hit refresh, and let it refresh, and we have the same 3 posts, probably because I've run it multiple times. It's just picked up the same one. So let's actually run them again and just see if we can actually get a different post. I'll be interested to see if this actually works with a new post. I've got a feeling it'll just repeat the same 3. Okay, let's have a look. Yep, it's actually the same 3. So, okay, so nothing like Murphy's Law when something doesn't quite work out how you want. But let's have a look at the actual post itself. Unfortunately, the one that picks up had some Spanish writing in it, which is actually probably not that relevant to the Australian market. But basically, we have a good description here of being a tradesperson in Australia and what is required. Talks about tax obligations. So it's actually a pretty quality kind of post. Put in the photo credit, which is good, and also the hashtags we had in our caption and in our post. Basically, now let's have a look at some of the other ones. Just have a quick squeeze. Let's have a look at this one. Okay. Yep. So there's an original post. Well, a ChatGPT original post. And it asks a question. So effectively, it's advertising on autopilot, really. Unfortunately, because we're running it in how are we running this in a kind of test mode, I should say. It's actually just picking up the same post over and over again and posting the same one. But what you can actually do with these lists public user media, let's have a look and see what we could set here. Not that much, but I'm fairly certain if you ran this on a schedule, it would pick up the most recent post and actually sort of post a different image every time. I might do a bit of research into that and maybe post a little change in the future. Definitely, there's many different Instagram business possibilities here. Let's have a quick look at the different choices there is. So I've used list public user media. Maybe I should have used a different one. This media comments, this media replies. Okay, so there's a ton of configuration and capability here. Probably watch might have been the best one, and trigger when a new media is added to the selected Instagram business or creator IG user. So I reckon that it probably would have been the best one. Basically what they would do is when somebody else posts something, you can pick it up and use it as a basis for your own post. Anyway, that's all well and good, and basically that's how you can create a mountain of content for your meme page or maybe for your advertising page of any different sort. and it's all automated, and there's really no limit to the amount of, well, only obviously Instagram posting limits and the make.com price limit anyway, but there's really a lot you can create with these automations. Thank you very much.